Red lorry, yellow lorry.
The fuck?
Yes, correct.
And that would be.
Red lorry, yellow lorry. It's a tongue
But aren't you
twister.
colorblind?
She sells seashells by the seashore. Color blindness has nothing to do with
And
good
that
tongue health.
and that has been a cold open. Why did you say red lorry?
Yeah, welcome.
Yellow lorry. Why did you say that?
It's a tongue twister. It's like
Red lorry, yellow lorry, red. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
It is.
yeah. It's a tongue twister. Say it like multiple times. I know you'll fuck up.
Okay, let's try it.
So that's the entire point.
Okay, let's try it. Okay. Red lorry, yellow lorry, red. I fucked up in the second time.
Immediately, second time. Didn't even tongue twister. Doubting the tongue twister. You know the seashells. Seashells by the seashore.
That's such an annoying.
Immediately wrong.
I hate tongue twisters.
And then there's Betty bought some
Betty bought some bitter butter.
But the butter was
Yeah,
too bitter.
Betty bought some butter, but the butter was too bitter.
My bad.
That's a little easier for
Yeah,
me
yeah.
because that's Eminem's rap flow.
Yeah. See, speaking of tongue twisters and things that lock up your mouth, there's a gag order that's out, right?
Yeah.
Or something that's we can't talk
Like,
about
it's-
apparently. But that's only one section.
Yeah, I mean there's only one section. Let's not jump into the gag order without even telling what the topic's about.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Archive Weekend Update. I'm Ankit and this is
Anand.
and we are talking about what are we talking about, Anand?
We're talking about a sthala that lacks dharma in all aspects. It's Dharmasthala. So recently, what happened? Recently, former Dharmasthala sanitation worker claims he was forced to bury and burn hundreds of bodies, many women and children near the temple, including skeletal exhumations and court filings on 11 July and 17 July. So apparently for 30 years, women and children have been going missing in Dharmasthala, and people are accusing the police of cover-ups. People are accusing the temple of cover-ups, and there were a lot of attempts to investigate to find out what happened, but they didn't pan out. You know what the full form of assume is, right? Do you guys know what the full form of assume is? Assume means don't make an ass of you or me. Karnataka government set up a special investigation team multiple times. SIT, that's what it stands for. So what did SIT do, Ankit?
It's a 20-member task force that's been assigned to go to Dharmasthala and actually figure out what's been happening. This comes after a sanitation worker reported that he helped bury a lot of bodies of young women for a long time. It's not young women, no?
So the victims were apparently like schoolgirls and acid attack survivors, families like missing Ananya Bhatt, who have been missing in 2003, believe their loved one may be among the graves that people have found. So it's not just like you said, the sanitation
Yeah.
worker, right? Along with him being the whistleblower, who is probably missing at this point, as whistleblowers do. Like that's their favorite thing apparently.
You know the
They
saddest
blow the
thing?
whistle and then they go missing.
The saddest thing is that I wouldn't be shocked if the whistleblower has already been killed and replaced with someone else. Now, while that does sound like
Exactly,
a controversy,
yeah.
while
Yeah.
that does sound like a controversy or a controversial opinion, it's absurd how many times this happens. Russia
Yeah.
knows all about it. Hey, Russia,
Yeah. Boeing knows a lot about it.
boing.
OpenAI knows a lot about it.
Yeah.
So things like this keep happening. But this raises of course it raises severe concerns in police negligence, right? That's the main thing.
So-
The SIT.
The SIT is
investigation team
investigating,
was set
yeah.
up.
So the SIT was investigating, set up now, as in it's still
Yeah.
being set up. So it's. I think
still
it just got confirmed that 20 members. It's a 20-member team. They're going to be investigating murders and disappearances from the timeline of 1998 all the way to 2014. So they stopped. I mean, after I think at some point they're like, you know what, I'm done with murders. This is getting a little boring. We need to switch things up.
There's a temple right behind me. Maybe I should respect this space is probably what they thought.
Now the problem with this story, and there are a lot of them, is that these are really influential families and powers that are coming to play right now, because you do not know, you can't even understand how something like this could have gone on for so long. There have been active reports by families and people who've reported that their loved ones have gone missing, but for some reason just things never got solved. And to think or to track corruption down to such a fundamental level. And I have to say corruption, because there is no way that there are murders happening in a neighborhood and you don't know about it, especially if you're one of the cops there. I don't think you should be in a place where you can deny that. So this has to be a cover-up, right? I don't see it as anything else.
It has to be. Like, it's not just like that cover up, right? It evidence of systemic abuse over like decades and decades, right? Like people just people go to temples, people go to on pilgrimages because of the faith they have in their religion, in their god, right? And temples are by definition, like by that definition, meant to be safe spaces for people, where people can relax, people can only focus their putting their faith in God. But then it is never safe, right? Women are always, unfortunately, victims of men doing fuck all things. Like it's never safe, and this is taking it to such a level that like over nobody will, I can imagine, will feel safe, right, going to Dharmasthala anymore. Like first it was Tirupati with the beef oil. That I assume broke a lot of trust for a lot of people, right? Okay, if you look past this as well, something like this, putting a holy space and attaching such an unholy act over such a long time to it, it is extremely depressing, extremely disheartening, right? And the influence of temple trust figures, that's what makes it even scathing, I would say. Like having to go to a temple where you trust the people doing the puja, they're doing it in good faith for you, and they don't have this good faith. It's like a facade, right? It's a mask that they're putting up, and that's so sad. And like that's exactly what one of the things I wanted to talk about. Like temples are seen as sanctuaries, and this entire event, this entire series of events flips that notion completely on its head. So it's sad, is all
We have this thing that we do in India, which I can understand psychologically why we do it, but we assert a lot of power to certain individuals, certain families that have shown certain tendencies. This you can see very regularly with how the Indian population treats actors, and in the same way we have some families that we've been seeing for so many years that people respect a lot, and these accusations are aimed at them. So it's just a little concerning to see that. I'm not taking a long shot here when I'm saying that the laws here were not bent. They were used like a trampoline, spat on and then stepped on multiple times. The laws here were used or treated like a doormat at best, and it's upsetting because most of us, I don't know about you, Anag, but I depend on the judicial system. I want to feel safe when I'm going to these places of pilgrimage with absolute honesty and purity and innocence. When I go to a place that is supposed to rid me of my problems, it is
no,
very
unfortunately, I would sorry to cut you off, but like when you say you trusted you hope to trust the judicial system, there's always a catch. That brings me to my question. I wanted to ask you, how far can institutional power go unchecked, right? How far can these people take it that people just don't question it? What do you think is the limit?
It can go quite a bit, actually, to be honest, because while you are seeing cases like let's bring, not to draw a parallel, but it sort of is a parallel, what happened with Nityananda and how they found out that he was misusing his power to get women. It's very similar. You see these cases of people with absolute power being corrupted by it, or they were always corrupt and then we didn't see it. So it's strange. We are coming from a world where mass suicides because of cults have happened before. Institutions of a legal or a corporate entity don't have the amount of power or the control that these religious institutes have. So when I think, for me, I would only look at the religious institutes as power that goes unchecked. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, I'm just saying that due process is always a good thing.
I feel like, why religious institutions that power goes unchecked. Religion holds a lot of soft power in our country. Like it's like a law. it's an undeniably permanent part of the Indian identity, so to speak. Like you can't take religion out of the equation. Is something that's proven to be like fact, right? So again, like it's the same conversation with money, for example. Like money is valuable because we attach value to it. Like this 10 rupees is valuable because you can buy something you want for 10 rupees. But then if you don't care about that 10 rupees, like there's no value to it. It doesn't matter, right? You hold no value. The same way religion holds that much value, so people tend to take advantage of it. Like you said, Nityananda, he went on to set up his own country with people like going and living there in some island in the South Pacific region or somewhere, or the Indian Atlantic region. I'm not sure, but he went on to set up a country. Not only this, like in the north, for example, there was a Sikh guru that also was accused of sexual assault and all of the horrific things that religious institutions have been doing to Indians, right? Like it's I get it. Like religion, again, it holds that value because it's part and parcel of how we were raised and how generations of Indians were raised. But the thing is, I don't know. I don't believe in God as such. Like I'm not like a believer in that sense, but I have a complicated relationship with God, like as most people do, because that faith is an extremely personal thing. And while people have put that much faith in this thing, it is clearly and obviously very wrong to take advantage of it. But unfortunately, these institutions do, right? And who do we depend on to like expose them? Whistleblowers, they are dime a dozen because they also die in that very. They have a shorter lifespan than a housefly. Unfortunately,
you mean die a dozen? Because I think a dozen whistleblowers are
nice. Nice pun. But yeah, like I said, they have like lifespan of like a housefly. So how much can we depend, bro, on whistleblowers, on RTI? RTI is just whatever. Okay. But how much can we depend on people like this to expose these crimes, to make sure we feel safe, to catch criminals?
It's rare, and like I will go on a small interjection before I get back to this topic. It's just most of the viewers watching who have been hurt by this, I can understand it. While I don't, as Anak said, even I don't personally believe in a God, but my relationship with religion is also complicated. But I've seen a lot of people who derive a lot of comfort from religion, and to those people, the actions of a few men shouldn't negate something beautiful, a place of hope that thousands and lakhs of people go every day with the intention of positive and goodwill, should not be overcome by a few monsters because that's how we let them win. So I don't think we should do that.
And that's what God teaches us, right? That's what, at least Hinduism, that's what it teaches us. The triumph of good over evil.
But moving
so
on
your faith in God should not be questioned by this evil. In fact, you should okay, ideally, of course, you should be able to hope that the problem gets solved, but unfortunately that's not the case here, which is where the government comes in, right?
And moving to the idea of like whistleblowers and how they can speak out, I don't see, personally speaking, I don't see a reason to, because you're going, usually the case of these whistleblowers is that they are very vulnerable. They need absolute protection, and they're ousting someone who would rather have them dead. That covering up a death is easier than dealing with the aftermath. So
the consequences.
There is less incentive, and one of the first things that you learn when you're in this industry for a long time, for viewers who are new to this, when you get death threats, they're not gonna aim at you primarily. They're gonna aim at everyone that you love. That is your family, that is everyone that you hold close. So even at Archive, while we want to say a lot of things, there are some things that we do hold restraint to because we don't want the people around us to be hurt. And now, again, it might sound like a conspiracy, but this is something that does happen quite regularly. Pull up the deaths of journalists.
Yeah. Threats and trolls on the internet are cowards because they hide behind your phone, right, to give threats. If you have an opinion, stand up for it. Stand up for it, defend it, or like justify it, and fight for it. right?
Yeah.
That's the entire thing.
Unless-
We can say what we want. We want to say what you don't know. You guys don't know how much Ankit and I fight that instinct to be like. But we can't say that because like that it's not that easy, right? It's not something that you just come out and say. But because just because you get threats or just because you are threatened, right, it you should not lose. I know it's easy to say, like we are, like I mentioned, we are also hiding behind your laptop and asking you to say this, hiding behind your phone and asking you to do this, right? It's up to you, right? You have to gain that courage to fight for whatever your opinion, in this case your opinion, like Ankit was mentioning, right? And in the Dharmasthala case, there are no updates as of now because the team is still being made. Apparently they're making some World Cup level team, so they're taking so
There
much.
is one of the most annoying things about this whole news was that India Today was sort of claiming credit for them exposing this. Like, and how does one take credit? Like by saying that, yeah, I'm so glad that we shown a spotlight and you guys work towards it. No, fuck that. That would be too humble, and India Today is not that humble. So they try to shove this in every single sentence. As we were telling you, if I were to mimic India Today's report of the same matter, it went something like, the news in Dharmasthala coming out is very scary, and as India Today reported 3 weeks ago, we knew that something was up, and as we stated before, it is happening right now. An SIT has been formed, and that's all because of India Today's blockbuster coverage of Dharmasthala. And as we're sitting right now in India Today's office talking about India Today, and we are talking about India Today's impact on Karnataka, and I'm just sitting here listening, yo, people are fucking murdered, you little imbeciles. I know that you did something good, but can you not stroke your own dick for every fucking sentence?
Exactly, bro.
People are dead.
The archive is the only news
is-
organization that gets to say I told you so. That's what I'm saying.
It is really annoying that the problem that we talk about, or to fix the problem, there are so many facets of it. And this is not excluding ourselves. We probably have made some faults as well. But if we don't systematically figure out what's wrong and actively work to bridge this, nothing's going to change. And India Today, you're just one example. But try to fucking be better. Try. I know it's hard. I know it's so hard to say a sentence without shoving your name in there 4 times. But
100.
yeah.
I in this case 100%, the worst feeling in the world is feeling unsafe at a temple. On top of that, India Today rubbing it in your face is so bad. It's horrible. Right.
But they made the impact now. Like they did it. They reported about.
Yeah.
They're the reason why we found out. Anand.
I love India Today,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I will love them tomorrow. Time.
There is one more thing. It relates to someone. Okay, Anand, I'm forgetting what term to use. Okay, can you help me figure out what this word is? It is someone who lives in your house, someone who grows up with you, who is a guy who is born in, like, you know, your parents gave birth to that person.
Yeah.
What is the term that I'm looking
I have
for?
one of those. I hate him with all my life.
That got me off guard. Yeah. So yes,
That's not true. I like him.
I'm leaving.
I mean,
I'm leaving this
He's
in.
He's my brother. Right?
Oh my God, Anand, no.
Brother.
I'm not looking for the
Oh,
word
shit.
brother.
Oh.
We cannot speak about the brother, so we're not going to.
Okay,
Gag
let's
order.
not talk about the brother.
Yeah.
And move on to
That is what
Our
the
brothers, I
national
guess.
news. Is there anything else happening in India?
in India. You still want you? Let's talk about India, bro. I love India. India is like literally I live in India. It's my favorite country, and that's not sarcasm, even though I sound like it. Okay. The next thing is this is crazy. Okay. The Indian government launched a campaign called UPI No. Okay, like KNOW, UPI No. So the objective of this campaign was to educate people, mainly small merchants and people like like people who sell fruits, your petty shop guys, people who sell vegetables on the street who have QR codes and who accept UPI payments, right? So this thing is to educate them that there is GST applicable on your UPI transactions. Okay, like it's this is a thing. Okay, I hope nobody's surprised by it because it's a thing. Like so once they found out that, oh shit, you have to pay taxes for your UPI transactions, people started getting taxed retroactively, right? Like listen to this, right? NPCI's June 2025 UPI No campaign enforces displaying the true bank registered name of UPI payees at transaction time. No QR code nicknames. Your dealer, I know he calls himself Mango Mukesh or something like that, but he can't do that anymore. And implementation deadline is 30th June. So following this, people who were accepting these payments started getting retroactively taxed, like for all the transactions that they've ever made. Unfortunately, some vendors, some merchants were taxed around 24 lakhs, right? He got
27, I
he was
think, so if
getting
I'm not
taxed.
mistaken, around that much. Wait, let's just
Yeah.
take it up.
But essentially, the new so there is a chargeback rule. That's the entire point, right? So banks can directly refund failed payments without NPCI approval. Why it matters is like they aim to reduce fraud essentially. So
Anna, can you
they
choose?
want to improve the traceability of transactions, like from where which transaction went and all of that stuff. We're
That
very
was-
weak in finance. I love math. That's the only thing I like, but I don't like finance.
That was 29 lakhs GST. That is a lot of
That's
money.
crazy, though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. So apparently these are merchant concerns. Let me read them out for you. So fear and transparency equals higher GST scrutiny. So there's potential for hidden charges creeping in. So people start dealing in cash. You don't have to pay GST, right? That's like a cheat code. You can just like pay in cash for anything. Like my tattoos, for example. I paid in cash because my tattoo artist told me that if I was to pay through UPI, he'd have to collect tax. Or if I had to pay through card, of course, tax is applicable.
Are you
But
admitting to
even
tax
UPI tax
avoidance? Are you admitting to tax avoidance on camera?
No, sorry. No, he paid tax for. Hey, come on. Okay, he declared it in his income.
Yeah.
Of course, he declared it because that's like a thing. Like he has to pay. I mean, that also I can't say, but he has to
Yes.
pay off the cops on a regular basis to run his business.
Can we?
That's like a
we
thing,
can't-
guys. Like,
we
no, leave
can't
it in.
leave this
Actually,
in.
people
wanna-
need to find out.
This is
Yeah,
the
like-
thing. I don't know if people know this, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Most shopkeepers pay cops, and bars do
Pay
this.
cops off.
Yeah, bars do this. Stores do this. This is either to allow you to
Yeah,
smoke
bars
inside.
do this the
This-
most.
this
Actually,
allow
yeah.
you to-
the,
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah,
Anand?
many perks. Stay open for long time. Yeah, that's what. There are many perks to paying off the cops. Like stay open for a longer time. Like not shut it down immediately. Sometimes parties they extend and like things like that. Like smaller things, but it's like
I love India's ability to like not look at something and then call it out. We're like, hey, I'm seeing something shady happen, but let's just not say anything about it. But I think everyone knows if you're finding if you're finding out about this for the first time, where the fuck were you living? What the fuck have you been seeing?
Can I call you Patrick because you've been living under a rock? Bitch. So one more thing about the cops, right? So once a friend of mine had gotten had got his vehicle seized because apparently he was drunk and driving. So he had to pay his fine, whatever. He went through the process, and it was a long process, but he went through it. But when I went with him to return the car, right, receive the car, take it back home, and we paid the fine. As in, we showed that we paid the fine. He had to show a receipt, and that was like whatever it was like. I don't recall it, but like it was quite the charge for drunken driving, as much as you pay. Okay, and his license also was seized, of course, adequately punished, I would say. But when we went to receive the car, right, we showed that we paid the fine, and he was like, okay, take car keys, your license you'll get in like 6 months, and then he's like, go with this cop to get this thing removed and take the car and go. Okay, so we're like, okay, done. And then we took the car keys, we went to this guy, he unlocked the car thing, I forgot what it's called, but the one they put on the bracket that they put on the wheel. Okay, he unlocked it, And he's like 100 rupees. Okay. and then without questioning, my friend was like, bro, you have a? And I was like, yeah, bro, I have. And I gave 100 rupees. We put it in a pocket. We drove away. And then then as we left, I was like, damn, I just gave him $100, and I didn't even like question it. I didn't even think about it. But it was a bribe, like without thinking. I just gave someone a bribe.
Why the
And
fuck?
he caught me completely off guard. I can't even be like, I can't go back and be like, I don't want to give you bribes.
It's such
and
muscle
take it
memory,
back.
no?
That's so fun.
It's such muscle
Yeah,
memory.
it's like it is muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like it's happened so many times that like, see, it's like dealing with a criminal case, not criminal cases so going so far. Dealing with a traffic case itself is such a hectic thing to do in our country. That is just easier to pay off the cops, and the cops unfortunately know this too. So people tend to do that, and the cops don't accept UPI, so they can't get taxed.
And
of course.
just like a disclaimer here, this is not all police officers. This is not.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can never.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah,
no,
we can
not
never
at all.
exclude
Yeah.
it to be a systemic thing. But
That's
there
what.
are a
There
lot.
are good, great cops in our police force.
But-
honestly,
I think the one way we can walk towards a better life is by actually admitting and agreeing and talking
Yeah.
about these things, because it just seems a little.
talking about, so we can stop doing it.
Yeah.
Right. So we can stop doing it.
But
Yeah, and as long as cops are concerned, I live in Bangalore again, and Bangalore, the cops are amazing. Like the cops that do investigations, solve crimes, right? They are super quick. They're super analytical, and I've seen people work. I've seen their work firsthand. Like once there was some break-in or something, and then they came to my friend's place because my friend had cameras, and watching them analyze that stuff, it's so cool. So, like again, to again defend ourselves, we're not talking about all cops. Of course not. There are amazing cops that do their job really well. That are passionate about this. But some cops just don't care. Apparently, traffic is not a concern, so they just could not give a shit. So they'll just take money. It's easy.
moving back to the UPI thing,
Again,
I
yeah.
I don't know why the small vendors are going so berserk. I feel like it's a little, over exaggerated response, because we all knew eventually that they'll have to pay something, because UPI's full form is
Yeah.
You Pay India. So
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Good one. Good one. That's
I held on to that joke for a
also
while.
very accurate. Tax me. Yeah, tax me, daddy. I wanted to ask you a question. Do you think small vendors will opt out of UPI entirely, or will they like adapt,
The-
or will they like choose to pay? I guess.
The ease of the procedure, the whole idea of like someone can walk in without any change, without any concern, just buy and go. I think,
Yeah, and just like
I think as you said in your video on Blinkit, convenience is king. So I don't see
conveniences.
there being an alternative, but I feel like we just have to suck it up, and eventually the next, you guys know this, it's not like again news, it should be that the next potential change to UPI guidelines will be taxing us per transaction. So that is going to be next,
Yeah.
and the government has been lobbying.
It's going to happen.
They've been lobbying quite hard for this for a while now, to actually charge a certain nominal fee on each transaction that we do. And you might be wondering, but imagine even if it's 1 paisa, that is 1 paisa across India, which is absurd, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
it is happening when you make UPI transactions over 2,000 on HDFC. You might get taxed 1.1% soon. So 1.1% is 2 rupees. No, more than that, right? What is 200 rupees?
No, just 20 rupees.
No, 20 rupees.
I like-
20 rupees.
I like how-
I can't believe I said I'm good
I-
at math. All of these concerns are yesterday's concerns, because our hero, our champion, our sleeping beauty,
Sidhu!
Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Yeah, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. What did he do, Ankit? What did he do?
He waived off all the backward dues of over 9,000 of these workers that are or the shop owners, because
What a king.
they did threaten to boycott all their products and stop using
they were
UPI. So
protesting.
technically, there was a smoking gun aimed at them. So would this have also been the case if no one revolted? I can't really say, but I think
gun or no gun,
it doesn't
policy
matter.
passed.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
all.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's been waived off because one of the biggest concerns that people had was how are you differentiating between payments made for the company or my business and payments made for house income. How do you differentiate that? So you're basically taxing everything I'm using with UPI. That is an absurd way to calculate tax, and hence the 29 lakh bill
Crazy.
that showed up to someone. Yeah.
Crazy. Somebody's doing math like I was doing it just now. 2%? 3%? 20 rupees?
We have one more story in India that we
India.
can get to before heading over to the international section. And guys, the international section, oh my fucking god. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, guys. It is a little wild
But
this time.
you were
But yeah, the last story.
you were talking
Yeah, go ahead, were saying?
you were talking about drunken driving, right?
Yes,
the-
drunken driving.
The way it works is that whenever you get stopped for if you get stopped for a routine check, if you're drunk, the cop will stop you and ask you
Not if, sorry to cut you off, not if, when you get stopped.
when you get stopped. The cop will stop you.
When you get stopped.
When you get stopped, the cop will stop you and ask you to blow. Not him, a device called the breathalyzer.
Goddamn.
Yeah, so it's a device called the breathalyzer. You blow into it, and it tells you if you're drunk or not. This is a really widespread device that's used everywhere. And something happened in Kerala recently involving jackfruits. So a bus,
Chekka
yeah,
in Malayalam. Chekka. Chekka.
a bus driver got jackfruits or honey jackfruits from home, and he distributed it to a bunch of other bus drivers who all belted because bro, some dope ass jackfruit. I'm excited, but yeah, so they ate the jackfruit
Never say no to Chekka.
and they go for a routine check, for an alcohol check, which is great. Yeah, this is when I found out that Kerala bus drivers aren't drunk. This is what they're driving like sober. What the fuck? So yeah, not high on anything.
Play a video of a Kerala bus right now, KSRTC bus right now.
By
But yeah,
KSRTC we mean the Kerala transport. This
Kerala state,
not
not
Karnataka.
Karnataka state.
This was a road that
Karnataka
happened.
state buses are
Yes.
Karnataka state buses are amazing. Sorry, but Kerala state buses is what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
so
go ahead.
this man who ate the jackfruit went and gave a breathalyzer test, and it showed an absurd number. So they checked again, and then it showed nothing. The readings were very inconsistent, and he swore on everything that he wasn't intoxicated. So they're like, you know what? Let's do the due process and check the device itself. And they found out that jackfruits, because they're made from fermentable sugar, yada yada yada, they
They're not
report.
made. They don't have.
They- oh, sorry.
They have
So they're not.
sugars
I am
that
so
have
sorry. They're
fermented.
not made.
Yeah, they're fruits. First of all.
Okay.
Yeah. So
They're
since those sugars produce like ethanol in the gut because it mixes with acid and stuff.
Yeah.
And biology was never my strong suit. So because of that, it produces that, not the feeling of being drunk, but like everything else
Yeah.
apparently
So
of being drunk. Other things that do this, right? Other culprits that make your body give symptoms of alcohol is overripe mango or apple, fermented foods like idli or dosa batter, like not idli or dosa, like if you were to consume like dosa batter raw for whatever reason, you crazy animal, it will show up that you are drunk. Kombucha, I'm sure a lot of people drink kombucha, and certain mouthwashes and cough syrups and stuff, because cough syrup it puts you to sleep, so it sort of has that ethanol in it.
But-
So all of these things might sort of lead you to this thing, be shown as being drunk.
But guys, if you smell like OMR and then watch this video and you use this as an excuse, you're still going to get fucked, because you know, if you smell
Yeah.
like alcohol and you're like, bro,
If you're-
jackfruit, bro.
If you're drinking Old Mark, just go to jail.
If you're
Don't drink
if
it
you're
outside,
drinking
don't show me to a show.
if you're drinking Old Monk through the Tetra Pak and a straw, there you need help.
Gone are the you know that Tetra Pak is only available here. It's not available in the north. Did you know that?
Take that,
There's no-
North India. You don't
There's
get Tetra
there's
Pak.
no
bro.
Old Monk Tetra Pak anywhere else except the south of India.
I was
Which is the craziest thing to have.
I was
Like,
truly
to have
confused.
sole ownership.
I was confused that the old monk didn't eat through the paper because that should be toxic as fuck.
Yes, since it's toxic as hell. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, bro, that's all. So one thing I want to ask you is, should these testing protocols include like dietary checks? Like since there's since there is evidence of for other foods showing that you are drunk, right?
Anag.
Should they test for like what you ate and all that stuff?
License and registration, emission check, dietary confirmation, gym membership.
Yeah,
now,
yeah. Let's fly to a country that Ankit and I will never get to fly to.
moving on to international news, we
The
get
United-
to Trump's
the United
America.
States. Yeah.
It's called Trump's
Yeah,
America.
Donald Trump's America.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it has been.
MAGA. I'm sorry, MAGA.
It has been.
Is what we're
Dude,
talking
it has been like 6 months or 5 months since he got elected, and it seems like forever.
Holy shit. It feels like some 8-9 lifetimes, bro.
Like, and one of the things that I've disclaimer before talking about any of this, most of the news that comes to India is how do I say this? It is region locked. We don't get all the news. So maybe
Yeah, of
some
course,
Indians who are in US right now, if you're watching this, feel free to clarify some things to us.
would you?
And I want to bridge that gap in that way. But from where we're standing, from where we're sitting actually, from where we're sitting, Trump looks like a fucking moron, but maybe
He is.
if you have an alternate view on it, please let us know, because we love to learn.
Don't. No.
Okay.
Not about him for
So,
sure.
so Anak, there are two beautiful Trump stories. Which one do you want to start with?
Yes. I want to start with somebody that inspired us to do archive. Essentially, one of the people that inspired us, and he was sort of he put news entertainment at the forefront, and he was like I said, he was an inspiration to the archive to begin. Stephen Colbert, okay, the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. That's what I want to talk about. And recently, unfortunately, to our great what is the word, bro?
Disappointment?
Disappointment. To our great disappointment, the show got cancelled, and the context behind that is like it's a long story. So like essentially the show is owned by CBS, and CBS is owned by Paramount Pictures, and Paramount Pictures is planning to sell CBS to Skydance, another company, and it's an $8 billion merger. Okay, and a deal this big, apparently it has to go through the government, right? It has to go through the president. Yeah, he has to sign off on it, I guess. And to apparently, this is a claim. This is not verified. I am not saying this is fact, but people claim that to appease Trump, Paramount decided to cancel Stephen Colbert because Stephen Colbert has been extremely verbally and vocally critical of Donald Trump's presidency and him, the character of Donald Trump, for that matter.
This comes like 3 days after it literally, the news arrived 3 days after Stephen Colbert went on air and criticized Paramount and CBS for caving and basically giving Trump $16 million on a frivolous lawsuit. So there was a lawsuit filed on about 60 Minutes saying that they defamed Trump. And this was an argument, or this was a court case that CBS should have easily won, or even Paramount could have easily won this. They didn't need to pay him, but they went out of the way to clear this, and they paid Donald Trump $16 million. And Stephen Colbert called this a big fat bribe, because that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
And 3 days later,
On
he
par
gets
with his
cancelled.
big beautiful bill, he's getting big fat bribes. Yeah.
And it's a little strange because Stephen Colbert comes from the camp of Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart is the fundamental pillar for at least inspiring us to start doing this in a way that's more ethical. It gave us our morals, and while most people can say that Stephen Colbert is a little more left-leaning, you can't deny the fact that he was a professional and he was really, really insanely fun as an entertainer, and he was smart. So it's odd, everything that's come up after that about how the real reason is financial. So apparently they were undergoing losses of $40 million and above with Stephen Colbert, even though he was the number one rated talk show in that network. And they axed the entire show. This is 33 years.
It's not like he's getting. It's not like he's getting replaced. It's like the show is not gonna exist anymore. The late show, the concept of the late show is not gonna exist, right?
And the idea of speaking truth to power comes at a price. We all know this. I think me and Anag can correct me on this. We are ready to face the repercussions of our speech against something
Actions.
that's
Anything
Yeah.
we say. See, okay. This is just a slight tangent. Okay. See, I'm a practicing Hindu. At home I'm a Brahmin.
way to
so-
get that BJP
so I'm a
support,
practicing-
brother.
Stop. Don't. BJP will hate me for this.
Okay, yeah.
But so I'm a practicing Hindu. So in Mahabharata, which is a fundamental part of my life, my upbringing, and something that I read right now. Also, I have a copy of it with me. So in the Mahabharata, it's all about how your actions, your actions have consequences, and you have to be ready to face them, right? That sort of has shaped my belief in life. And in our country, people don't do that anyway. They don't face consequences for their actions. And same way, over here, Paramount doesn't want to face consequences for their actions, or CBS, I guess, is not a culprit here, but Paramount and doesn't want to face consequences for the actions of something that they own, right? So they just void responsibility, and they're like, just shut it down, bro. Like, oh,
And
it's like that.
this has spurred like probably one of the best responses, because the late night community is a small yet a very tight knit community.
Powerful.
And the
Yes.
you can't piss off a comedian and then think that you will get away unscathed.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what's been happening, because Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, John Oliver, and Jon Stewart famously have gone out criticizing this move, while Jon Stewart made a piece on this entire matter, and it's beautiful. So
It's pretty good. Y'all should go watch it.
yeah,
But the thing is, like, Donald Trump it's clear that Donald Trump had a hand in this, because immediately after the show was cancelled, he tweeted, "Absolutely love that Stephen Colbert got fired. The next one is Jimmy Kimmel." All of that. He's calling people moron. See, politics is politics. Okay, like it can get dirty, it can get filthy, but I believe politics should be a refined school. Okay, like people should be extremely professional, people should be extremely dressed up. These are concerns that affect each 8 billion of us, right? In politics, like, every leader is responsible for each one of us individually, in a small sector, in his or her small sector, in his or her constituency, in our district, anything like that. So politics as important as this, and people catering and enabling this goddamn orange is not gonna help politics. Fucking
That's
annoying
not
orange,
gonna
bro. Yeah, it's just sad to see, like, people in business and in media mainly appease this annoying orange. But this is why we want to talk about it. Like, it doesn't affect any of us. Like, it's just an entertainment show that's gone right. But this raises the question: does pulling a top-rated talk show for political reasons threaten free speech? Right? I know this is a singular case, and there is no way we can tie it to political reasons. But then, just I'm posing this question.
it's strange, dude. Like, I feel like it is really funny how afraid people in power are of people with a
Yeah.
voice. Now, if you are doing everything by the book, and if you have nothing to hide, honestly speaking, you shouldn't be afraid of people speaking their mind. And I firmly believe that we have the right to speak our mind and convey our opinions in a constructive manner. Don't be a moron, but convey it in a way that is more helpful and more constructive rather than yelling. But I do believe that there should be a mechanism to check power whenever it is unchecked.
Yeah. Will this lead? Do you think will this lead to state-sanctioned censorship? Right, like, governments already. Oh, on this topic, say state-sanctioned censorship. The Texas Assembly, the Texas government wanted to ban Romeo and Juliet and Catcher in the Rye from libraries and schools. Let me tell you why. Romeo and Juliet apparently has premarital
Okay.
sex. and they don't want children to learn about that. And Catcher in the Rye has up to 400 curse words, many of them being the F word. So they want to ban this. And when a journalist asked them why, they just said, yeah. So like the US is becoming, of course, like increasingly conservative. Right? So
Do you know who else? Prevented people from reading books and burning fashion?
Yeah.
Do you know who else burned books?
Yeah. Let's not mention.
Oh, the Nazis did it.
That's what they did it. But I just want to, if any US senator is watching this or whatever, goddamn bro, book burners have never been on the right side of history. So I suggest you flip your strategy a little bit.
I guess you did not see that coming.
But yeah, bro. So like, we are satirists. Correct? Is that safe to say? We are political satirists.
It is, yeah.
My question to us actually, as political satirists, will the political satire landscape fracture between corporate TV and independent alternatives? That's us. Independent alternatives is us.
I think it already has, and it's most of these things in real world, right? When you take these concepts like racism or even censorship, it's not going to be blatant. It's not going to be in your face. It's going to be minor and over time. So it's cumulative advances over time. And a small example of how corporates are already influencing creativity and content is YouTube, the platform that we're uploading this on, right? YouTube was a haven for creators, and now it's becoming a haven for corporates, where people are tending more to ads, like, being ad-friendly channels rather than talking their mind. And now imagine this on a bigger scale, with more stakes or with more money to be made, or more dire consequences, right? Like if the archive did have people that we needed to, feed or give salaries to, there is an incentive for us to make the money that is required to grow that. And with media, you find out very soon that this is a very thankless job, guys. This doesn't pay you shit. We've not made jack. And to make any money, we need to then pander to sponsors who might or might not have a say. And we don't know to what level that could be or that could influence it, but I definitely know that it is a presence that is seen and felt. And when you're talking millions of dollars, like what happened in the US with Colbert, this is millions of dollars at stake, and then billions of dollars at stake, with repercussions of more billions of dollars to be made. And it's better to side with a fascist orange and make that money rather than not. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather be rich with no morals than be filled with morals and have less money. So it does.
Again, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's because we attach value to money. Right? We attach that much value to $8 billion because it has that much value. Everybody does it. So you can't be like, I don't care about 8 billion because everybody else does. So it's because that money is at stake. It's because the stakes are that high. That a decision like this sort of caused ripple effects across media in that sense. And our only concern was like, damn, like if they start doing this, what if they start censoring a lot more things, like more serious things, right? It's a problem. And the source of this problem is that fascist orange. But I would like to address the fascist orange directly. I know we won't get our visas, Mr. Trump, but I just want to say to the people of America now that your president's a pedophile. So it's just the truth, and you have to accept it at this point, because like there's enough evidence stacked against him, and he loves children, dude, more than he needs to. He doesn't have his own children. That's the thing. He doesn't have his own children, but he does love your children, which is a problem. And he is the leader of the free world. And why I'm saying this is because recently, like very recently, a couple of days ago, as of recording this, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, they came back into news together. Why, Ankit? Why did they come back into news together?
Because remember the Epstein files that were paraded everywhere by the Republican Party, as something that the Democrats are trying to hide. That list that everyone claimed they had, that we have Jeff Epstein's list on the table. You have videos of people saying that they've read it, you have videos of people saying that they have it. All of a sudden, just disappeared. It doesn't exist, guys. Why are you talking about it? It's fucking boring. Move the fuck on.
They lost the table.
Why do you guys keep going on about a list?
Table is gone.
Yeah. So, Trump denied the existence of the Epstein list. Further adding, is denying that the Epstein list never existed to begin with, and that anything about Epstein is now boring. And why do we keep talking about this guy? You know, let's focus on other things. So, Trump's been diverting a lot. What all has he been doing?
Yeah. What all has he been doing? Who, Donald Trump?
Fill us in.
In this letter, so this was a birthday letter apparently. So it was like happy birthday Epstein and all that stuff. So funnily enough, sorry to be lewd for lack of a better word, but apparently Donald Trump doodled a silhouette of a naked woman, true breasts and all, and then along the silhouette he wrote like a screenplay of sorts, a dialogue exchange between Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump, where Donald Trump is like, enigmas never die, and then Jeffrey Epstein is like, you're so right, my friend. And then Donald Trump says, happy birthday, Jeffrey. May every day be a wonderful secret. Okay? If that's not fucking James Bond level evil, I don't know what is, dude. What the fuck?
If you thought that was bad, it somehow gets worse.
So much.
The cherry on this disgusting pie is that he signed where the image's pubic hair was supposed to be, and he signed his name there. So I mean, that's I don't think a normal person does that.
Yeah, nobody does that.
Anna, do you want
I don't want to do that. I just don't. I mean, see, women are beautiful. You have to respect that and respect them, of course. Like that goes without saying. So I don't want to doodle naked women on like a birthday card and all. That's damn creepy. That's damn pervy. Okay. Who knows? Maybe Donald Trump thought the naked baby was only like 15 years old. He loved it. Maybe in drawing that. But regardless, see, the defense that people have against this, right? The defense of like Donald Trump didn't do this is Republicans said that Donald Trump never used the word enigma in his life. Okay, he never uses it. It's not a part of his speech. Okay, normally
I can believe that.
Normally people would believe that, like you mentioned. Normally people would believe that, but it turns out they found a campaign speech where he's talking about his kids and he's like Don Jr.'s an enigma, Ivanka's an enigma. So that's instantly disproven. And the second thing is like Donald Trump has never doodled in his life. Like he doesn't even know what a doodle is. But then, funnily enough, 2 years ago, he released a charity book of doodles of New York City skyline with his fucking signature that looks like pubic hair. So instantly, whatever claims breaks. Sorry. Hey! What is that? That's my dog, bro. That's my dog. He was digging into the dustbin. Sorry, guys. Yeah. But essentially, every claim that the Trump side has made about this letter being like Trump hasn't done this is basically false, because it's been instantly disproven. And this is not the only way he's trying. Because this happened, he's been trying to divert people's attention away from this issue, and he doesn't want people to talk about the Epstein list. Okay, and you guys that the Epstein list is like a serious thing. It's like a network of celebrities that have been contributing to systemic abuse on some island for like only these rich people, and it's such a huge problem. And the fact that Donald Trump's name is in it and he's the president is an even bigger problem, right? Like
and if it looks like we're laughing or making fun of this, is because it's pure tiredness of how much bullshit is being shoveled into this. Jeffrey Epstein, who was on suicide watch, who was actively going to testify, accidentally died by suicide in a cell, which no one truly believes, because there is 1 minute missing from the footage that was being shot, and it's missing. And then they said that this is a routine thing that happens every day on a regular or every once in a while, where it's a regular thing. Now, my only question is, are you telling me that in a supermax prison, there is a time in which the cameras are off for like this purge-like scenario?
What a great security protocol from this Supermax prison. That to switch off the cameras for a minute. Amazing, bro. Wow.
And did you know that they never spoke to Ghislaine Maxwell yet? It's strange because she will magically, mysteriously, almost turn dead next week. Turn up dead.
Exactly.
Like,
and the FBI doing the investigation is being conducted by the FBI by one person named Pam Bondi. So she's been doing the investigation. She's been revealing files and stuff. So she is another case altogether. But because of all these accusations coming up, Donald Trump decided to divert attention from himself. The first one that he did was he mentioned that Obama corresponded with Iran to tamper with the elections, Donald Trump's elections in 2016, I believe, and he tried to make sure that Donald Trump was not elected or whatever correspondence. Okay, but that threat is such a vague and useless threat because there is evidence of Russia messing with the elections, right? That's so stupid. And the second thing, he released never before seen tapes of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which why? I guess
another the family members, and I think I saw this even on the Late Show that covered it. The family members tweeted instantly that like, okay, cool, now release the damn tapes. So it's nice that even Martin Luther King's daughter wants the same thing for America that America wants for himself. You know, another thing that he tried to do, there are two more things that he's doing as of now. One being forcing Coca-Cola or talking to Coca-Cola to start adding cane sugar back into Coke, because that's what's really important.
Okay.
Yeah?
Who
Yes?
gives a fuck about the taste, the recipe of Coca-Cola? There's some fucking 200 years or some shit they've been around. Let them do their thing, right? This dude, what are you doing, Mr. President? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
He also said that medicine prices are going to be cut down drastically. Not 40%, which is great. Exact words, not 40%, which will be great. We are going to be cutting it down by 600%, by 1000%. Now, what, Anag? I don't think that's how numbers work.
Bro, like I said, I'm really good at math. And I don't think Donald Trump has like an economics dude on his team. Like there's somebody to teach him economics, right? Like the trade thing, and then now these taxes thing and these tariffs thing. Like, bro, first of all, America, your president's a pedophile. On top of that, he does not know finance. On top of that,
there goes our US visa.
On top of that, he's crass, and he does not use appropriate language. He calls people moron. Okay, for all the faults Obama has done, like whatever he has done in his life, etc., he never called anybody a moron. He conducted himself with dignity, discipline, and respect. And that's how you conduct yourself as a world leader, right? Look at Narendra Modi. Despite, again, all his faults, whatever you might say about any politician, right? Like, they present themselves how they are supposed to present themselves, as like they're representing the country. Is Donald Trump an accurate representation for America? Yes, that's just what it is. But then, why should he be? Right? Like, the impression can be a lot better. Don't you think? Like, and this deflection campaign, like, is it working? Is it working? Okay. God no. No one cares, dude. No one cares. His own fan base, MAGA, is turning out against him. There are so many people that are in Trump's camp that are going, what the fuck is actually happening? So it isn't, and it's not like he's actually trying. This is the equivalent of that Shaggy song, "It Wasn't Me." But we saw you on his island. It wasn't me. Saw you hanging with Epstein. It wasn't me. And the fact that he thinks that this is something that he can do
and the fact that he thinks that this is something that's all right is scarily
yes,
upsetting,
exactly.
because that is his perception on the on the US citizens as well, because he thinks that they're that easy to cap. And yeah, it's as you said, calling him a pedophile multiple times, you have officially ruined our chances of going to the
What
US.
I do, bro? Elon Musk called him a pedophile, right? He's like, Donald Trump is on the Epstein list, and nobody's talking about it. They're in a press conference after that. They're playing tennis and shit. And 3 hours ago or some shit, right? His name, it's been confirmed that his name is on the Epstein list, right? So that means the leader of the free world, the president of America, is a pedophile.
Yeah.
So let's count them out, guys.
Context.
LeBron James up allegedly, RTD, and then Donald Trump.
Context for the list, Pam Bondi stated, or there's something that the Justice Department contacted Trump and told him or mentioned to him that his name is on the list as of now. That's what we found out, and it is something that the Justice Department of US told him. So yeah,
this orange is surrounded by yes men, bro. Like that speaker, the US Senate speaker, shut down the House until September to avoid voting on the release of the Epstein files. Like,
it works wonderfully, because the people that he is depending on to cause an outrage are trend chasers. It is sad that our life has been reduced to, oh, this topic is not trendy, so we will not make any noise anymore. So if he gets away with this, because it's not in vogue in September, I am going to be livid.
Bro, the president of America is a pedophile case. What the fuck are you guys doing? That's crazy. I just don't understand how this is happening. How nobody is like, why don't you impeach him, bro? What the? Okay, whatever.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, whatever. We're not going to America anyway.
So
that
was with Donald Trump. Was there anything else that you want to talk about in this?
That's it. I feel like I've raged enough at that man that I can't speak about anything.
This is an outro because we don't know what outros are.
Thank you for watching. Like this video, share this video with your friends if you guys are interested in news before it gets taken down, I guess, by the government. But
and
yeah, like, share, subscribe to the archive. We do this regularly, and we want to bring you snappy news and news that you like and news that matters. Anything else?
And a disclaimer to any agent watching this when they're looking for a visa opportunities. Fuck you. Fuck everything about this.
The United States is amazing. It's like a melting pot of culture and people and all that stuff. But then the president is a pedophile. So I don't know what to say. That's it, I guess. He loves his children.
But yes,
I'm sure you've heard about how he talks about his kids, right? How he talks about his first daughter, and then
if Ivanka wasn't my daughter, I'd sleep with her. Nice Trump. Nice.
That's wild, bro.
But
and some on Howard Stern podcast, Howard Stern was like, "Would you have sex with a 24-year-old?" He's like, yeah, absolutely. No, not a problem at all. I mean, I won't do 12-year-olds like Senator someone, he said. Okay, that's crazy. That means 12 and above he'll do.
With that, the weekend update is over, guys.
Thank you for watching.
I hope you had a great week.
We'll see you next week.